Did any of you guys plant gardens this year, or do you have like a plant of your own that you take care of? Well, this verse stood out to me yesterday actually. And you ever get one of those verses where like all of a sudden you just like, it hits you out of nowhere, you see it, it comes up on your daily verse, or you see it randomly, and it's like you just like find yourself so like intrigued by the verse, or like, oh, like you realize something about the verse out of nowhere and you're just like staring at it for a second and I'm like, wow, God, you know, like, so this happened to me yesterday. So I'm like, 1 Corinthians 3 verse 7 was our verse of the day yesterday, came up, and it says, so neither the one who plants nor the one who waters is anything, but only God who makes things grow. So I just thought it was really cool because it can relate to a lot of things. When I first read it, it looks like, I mean, I know it's more of spiritually, but yeah, God makes anything grow too, so physically things too here, but earthly things. But so when you first look at that, actually a cool thing I think of is, so neither the one who plants, so you're the planter planting, nor the one who waters is anything. So you plant, someone plants, someone waters it, could be you, the same person, could be different people. But it says, but only God who makes things grow. So God is the one who makes it grow. Think of this, and that's just like, you know, people are so obsessed these days with like trying to make like science overcome God, and yet God is in the science, like, so like it's not separate things. God is the one that causes this. So like, you can think of that as earthly things. Like, you can plant a seed, you can water it, you can follow all the directions, and yet God is the one that's going to allow that seed to grow into a plant. And it's not just because you followed the rules of what just happens, like it just so happens that you did it right, you planted the seed in the ground, it's got good soil, it's got everything perfect where it should grow, you watered it, and then it should come up without or with God's permission, either way. No, God is the one who's going to make it grow. So this is also in spiritual things and any things in our lives. You can do this in your life. You can set up this plan and you can try to make these things happen or go after this or that. And yet God is the one that's going to make it grow. So like, you got a dream, you got something that you're working on. Let's say, for example, if you're like me, I'm writing a song. I get a paper, I got the pen, and yet got the ideas, but they're not just coming from me. They're God helping me write the song. So like, and bring it into completion. And because, you know, I wouldn't have these talents if I just go in there and get a paper and a pen and even just a theme that you give me, and it's still not going to be from my own doings. You know, it's God that's going to allow it to happen. If he wants me to write the song, he will, and if he doesn't, then I'm not going to be inspired to write the song. And so that's with many things. And what is it? I had another topic that I was going to bring up about this, and I don't know if I'm going to remember it. But anyway, basically just, it was lately. So like, on my channel, I be getting like views sometimes on a short, and yet one view matters. And that's what I try to view it as. And then a lot of times we can get so joyful when something is going successful, or getting a lot of viewership or likes and stuff, and we don't need to get caught up in like, oh, this is coming from me. No, it's coming from God. If he wants my content to get out there, then he's going to be the one that's going to make it grow. I'm not going to be doing that myself. It's not going to be YouTube doing it for me. It's God. If he wants it to get out there, then he's going to get it out there to the right people, and just that right amount of people. And so that's how I like to view things, and I think it's just a good way to look at things. So when I found this verse, I was like wow, and I'm just like staring at it. That's how intriguing God's word is, and he can relate it to anything that we're going through. So yeah, if you're planting something, why don't you ask God to make it grow instead of relying on yourself?